What is the problem with us as Kenyans in terms of disease surveillance? I mean, why is that even today or in every time when we want to talk about outbreaks, we'll hear of cholera? Does it mean that all of us are suffering from the ignorance syndrome to the level that we are unable even to wash our hands? I mean, it's important for us, you and I as Kenyans, to look at it and then we say we must be able to eliminate cholera in this country. Yeah, you realize that you have friends, when you tell them that can you wash hands after toilets, they say no, I'm just from a short call and therefore that doesn't guarantee that I should be able to wash hands. I want to remind you that washing hands is a message that every one of us must still carry, to the extent that you ensure at all levels you wash your hands. I mean, when you enter a toilet, whether it's a short call, whether it's a long call, you must be able to wash your hands after that. Pathogens are always present. And when they're present, you touch the door, you get the pathogens. You let your fingers touch the walls, you get the pathogens. And as such, when you don't wash your hands, you go and eventually someone gives you a fruit, someone gives you some piece of bread, someone gives you some food, then you eat without washing hands. And what are you consuming? In fact, you are directly consuming the pathogens. Thereafter, you will experience cholera. And remember, the World Health Organization has said that if one person is infected with these pathogens of cholera, I mean, a population of 200,000 people are at risk. That's why it's important you as an individual to be able to manage and control the situation so that you don't, in any case, be infected with the cholera. We seem to be very outlandish as Kenyans. That's why even those who are landlords, they don't care. When they set up houses, they don't care about the disposal or the dumping sites. And that's why those who are tenants, they are always throwing rubbish everywhere. There's no proper dumping for that reason. There's no proper disposal channels. And that's why even when you look at our city, when there's cholera outbreak, it is Nairobians that are much hit. They're the ones that are hit most by cholera and they are affected. Last year alone, in between January and November, last year, 2017, a total of 3,967 people were infected. They tested positive of cholera, out of which the Kenyans lost 76 souls out of this. WHO will tell you that that is a very bad trend, that is a very bad indication to the population. I mean, are we saying that our surveillance in terms of disease is too low to the extent that we wait only for the outbreaks? Are we saying that we don't have the public health practitioners who can be able to give us this kind of information, or who can be able to help us focus so much on preventive medicine as opposed to creative medicine? I mean, as a country, as a government, as a people, let us all embark on one thing: preventive medicine. Today, if you walk in towns, you realize that everywhere people have set chemists, they have set pharmacists. This is to tell us that there's nothing more they are focused, but they are focused only on curative medicine. The principles of primary health care do not call us to the point of curative medicine, but it calls all of us for us to be able to focus on preventive medicine. I mean, look at the case whereby you go to a hotel and you realize that is, in fact, the situation in terms of sanitation is pathetic. It is poor. It's not nice. But still, because others are eating in that hotel, you also go ahead and sit down and you eat. From there, you start experiencing some stomach problems. Then, eventually, we are told that that's cholera. But why is it that our public health officers cannot be able to inspect these hotels and say we are going to close them down, and unless and until you change and do that which is good in terms of the yardstick of public health requirements? I mean, this country must be able to focus so much for the call of preventive medicine as opposed to creative medicine. Look, for example, why is it that you realize that even in schools have you go to some schools, they don't have latrines. Even in tenants where they live, there are no latrines, or if they are there, they are full to the brim. They are not good for human use. And yet we say we have the public health practitioners. What are they doing? I mean, are we saying that they are less in number If they are less in number, then the government has an obligation to ensure that it employs enough people. Let the government employ enough public health officers. Let the government employ even community health extension workers. Let the government employ those who have trained as health education and promotion experts, so that collectively we handle this menace of cholera outbreak, which comes up from time to time. When it's rain season, the message will get in TV, the message you will see everywhere in radio, and indeed everywhere it will be cholera. Everyone will be talking about cholera outbreak. Even those who are in fish zones, they will be told stop eating fish because cholera has come. Does it mean that we cannot be able to stop this? Even the Ministry of Water has an obligation. The obligation of Ministry of Water is to ensure there are no spillages in our towns. Today we realize that water pipes or the piping system has been destroyed, but there's nothing that is being done. And as such, we end up saying people are suffering from cholera. But again, the worst thing that happens in this country is when some hotels cannot be touched. That yes, they have been mapped as areas or in areas that have experienced cholera, or at that time the areas that are facing cholera. But nothing can be done with those hotels. They continue to operate. And even today, as we so speak, there are so many hotels that do not meet the requirements of public health, but they are in operation. I mean, people must be able to stand up, people must be able to change. You realize that some of the public health officers, when I talk to them, when I discuss with them, they say they are frustrated by their seniors because they go and give a recommendation for a hotel to be closed down. Their seniors call them and say, why are you struggling to close down this hotel? Let it continue to operate. There are other hotels which you can close down. I mean, that is how we are killing a country. That's how we are killing ourselves as Kenyans. Let us focus and eliminate cholera in this country so that it can be a thing of the past. The messages that we used to receive in early 2000 and some few years back was a very good message. Everyone, please, can you wash your hands? That message is long gone. No one talks about it. We used to receive messages that please abandon open defecation, avoid going to the bush, use pit latrines. But that message has long disappeared. Why? Why are we so unkind to ourselves? Why are we so unkind to the world that they imagine that Kenyans will wait for scenarios whereby when they are in a problem, then they call for the world and then say, we are in an emergency situation. Please come and help us. Come and rescue us. We must wake up and do away with creative medicine as the best method of controlling disease in this country and embrace preventive medicine. That will see us a healthy nation, and that will see us the working nation. Thank you so much. I wish that all of us can be able to embark on this discussion, dropping your comments and looking at it positively. I mean, your encouragement by subscribing to my YouTube channel has really done good to me. And I wish that you continue doing that as we continue embarking positively to this country. Thank you so much. My name is Felix Mulunda. We meet next time. Bye.